So, how's life?
Life is busy and interesting and crazy. I just ended my 6 year career in PTA and I have so much more time. So it's been a lot of fun to just dive in. But then I'm diving into probably one of the craziest markets. Like I thought that COVID was a crazy market, and this one's just been a little bit more interesting. So figuring out what I'm doing, how we're marketing differently, and devoting all my time to it so that I don't have to volunteer anymore.
I don't have to volunteer anymore. Like, I was so busy at the PTA and I love the kids, but
We
God,
got
I'd rather be
PTA
at
of the
work.
year. I was like, okay, I want to go out on a high note. And the girl that came over, and she's way into PTA, like council and everything else. And so she's coming up to me. She's like, okay, we can do an award. Which one do you want to do? And Ezekiel, the baby, he's just like screaming over this way. And Grace is like tossing my papers. And I'm like, which one's the biggest one? And she's looking at me. I was like, we're going for the biggest one. And she's like explaining it. And he's like full dive, like just screaming in my ear. And we did it. We got PTA of the year in all of Washington State.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like a big, like, that seems like a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
How do you do that in real estate at the same time?
It kind of mushed together where I was going through, and well, I just never sleep.
Caffeine and hate. I just keep going. No, that's a lot. Did you get like an actual award, like a trophy?
Yeah, I got a full plaque, and they're like, "Where are we gonna hang it in the office?" I was like, "The office?
I'm gonna
Let's
hang
go
that
in."
shit in
Yeah,
my home.
it is. It's still at my house. I was like, try to come over and take it from me. Like, this is my it. This is mine. This is what I did.
That Ricky Bobby shit. I'll sock you in the face.
I will. I was ready for it. And one of the girls too, she's way taller than I am. She has about 6'3", and I like looked over and I was like, "I'll come for you."
This is
like
mine.
I look small, but yeah, no.
Don't fuck with me.
The hours raised by my grandma. I wasn't raised in the traditional mother and father home, and my grandma took me in when she was 64.
Wow.
And I was 3, and I did everything. She worked full time until she got dementia so bad that she had to quit. But if I wanted to go to the movies, my cousin didn't have to do anything. She could just go and do whatever she wanted. I had to do 2 hours a year. Yeah, it was mandatory.
That's a life building lesson, though. Like, I remember cutting grass and doing stuff because I wanted Jordans and my dad didn't want to pay for them. I get it.
Oh, no, still with that. It was, why do you need that?
No, my parents were the same way. Why do you need expensive sneakers? Because
even if you want to work,
I like expensive sneakers. But you know what happened, though? It's like I'm an adult now. I got my own money.
You
got all the sneakers. Every random drop on Go, I'm in.
My thing is paper towels. Whenever I would wash the windows, I would have to do it with the wash rag, and she called it a wash rag.
Like the R?
Yes, and they were from the hospital where she worked, and so I would go through and I would wash them, and there would still be streaks, and so now that I'm an adult, I use so many paper towels. Okay,
nope, we're going to go paper towels all the way through.
Yeah, 100%.
So what's your favorite part about being a realtor so far? Like, you've been doing this for a little bit.
It's been about 3 years, and I forget how long it's been just because we just keep going. Like it's
always a new challenge.
Every single time, every single thing comes with a new challenge, and I think I like having the challenge and having people that can't get into something, knowing my grandma and knowing the hardship that I went through when I was younger, and then 2, volunteering. That's all that I did for the longest time. I'm less concerned about the money. Sorry, honey. But it's one of those where I'm like, I want to make sure I like the challenge of seeing somebody that doesn't think that they can get into anything and figuring it out.
Getting them into something, dude, that means, like, I absolutely love taking those ones where we're like, all right, this is going to take us 6 months, but we're going to put somebody into a home. If we can get all of that to line up, we're going to put somebody into a home. What's your favorite? What's your feel good story? For you guys that don't know, me and Tiff is probably part of 55 to 70% of my business. Easy. And the only reason that she's not all of it is because she has a partner, Alex, that you guys seen already on video. He gets a good chunk of my business too.
He just finds all the ones where he's like, this one's going to be a super challenge. Yeah. Tiffani, what are you doing this week?
Absolutely. I absolutely do that. Like the last one I had she was a financial challenge. Great lady. One of those cases that absolutely is going to make us feel good when we put her in a home. And I know you're my most dynamic referral. Big numbers, lots of family situations, whatever, Tiff. Low numbers, craziness, 25 pets, Tiff. She'll figure it out.
And I think that works both ways too, to where we're looking at different things. And I think it's being more concerned about the work than what the price point is going to be at the end of the day. I know sometimes on my end, I'm like, really, for the listing side, what they're offering. But I never say anything about it because at the end of the day, it's about making somebody happy. And you're the same way. When we go through and talk about different things, or like when we've had a hiccup and we know somebody is just in a really bad place, and they're legitimately in a bad place because you've seen their finances. You know that they're not going through and making things up. It's easier for us to feel good and say whatever we have to do to make it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've absolutely seen you do the condo we went into Tidewater with last year, and that was I didn't know if we were gonna finish that deal.
I didn't know what Tidewater was. They told me, and I was like, "What are they talking about? Like, it's not next to any oceans." I don't know what's going on.
So everybody out there, Tidewater is part of the VA loan appraisal process, where as in with the VA loan, you get to fight appraisal back. Since the only loan you can do this kind of stuff in, our appraisal comes in lower. They have some issue with it. That one we're talking about went into Tidewater because nobody had bought a home in that condo for like 5 years ish, and it was the only thing in the area. So it made an appraisal really hard with it, and the appraiser put us into Tidewater. Both sides put together comps, and they send the comps in. And then we send it back to the appraiser, and they magically figure it out. Like we send it all to the RLC, magic happens, boom, we come up with an answer. And the second layer for that is if Tidewater doesn't work and it doesn't get your value up enough to make the deal make sense. If Tidewater doesn't work and it doesn't bring your value up enough to make the deal make sense, we have an ROV where we can basically go directly to the RLC, that's our regional loan center, and the customer, the client can write a letter and we can tell them, look, we need you to, I think it's worth this much because of blah, 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 whatever. And that's the last step in the VA appraisal process. So now that they're just filling everybody in. But yeah, that was one of the feel good loans of the year.
And when we went into it, it's where we're like, we really just want this for her.
Yeah, we want this as bad as we can get it for you.
Yep. And for those ones, it's really hard because I feel like a lot of other agents look at what the price point is.
Yeah, I think they
look
do
at what
too.
they're gonna make. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll be fine. Yeah. I just want to help somebody, get into a home, especially if they need it. So talking to our latest client that we picked up, after like hearing her story about how she got jerked around by the other LO and like, I had to help. I got tagged randomly on a Facebook page for her. And like, I reached out to her and we started talking. And then like, that's how we ended up as like a team on this. And her last LO absolutely was leaving a terrible taste in her mouth about our industry and what we do. Yeah. And I was like, look, I don't operate like that, lady. This is what my program is. And this is how we can help you. And it's working. Like,
it is, and sometimes it's like you gotta stick it out for the ride just a little bit. And I've had several clients that I've met in open houses, and they complain to me about the real estate agent because we're going over things and I'm hearing them. And I think what's really hard on my end is I look at what my mortgage payment is, I look at what I pay, I look at everything else, and some of these rates I understand. Like if you're getting a down payment assistance and you're almost at 9%.
Yeah,
I know that's the new normal. I would still get heartburn.
Yeah, I get it.
And so I think that makes it easier that we're more understanding of where people are not. And I'm different than other people in that way where I'm so understanding with those things and I'm so like, I will make it happen. We just need to find an alternate route.
Yeah, there's got to be that middle ground or the workaround. Like I tell that to clients when we start the process. Like, look, there will be hurdles. There's hurdles in everybody's process, but I'm here to work with you to get you over it or get you around it. And that's what we do well, to the finish line, There
are some of them where you come and you tell me the price point and you told me like but we would need concessions, and I have just a couple of seconds where I custom my car for
Oh
5
yeah.
to 10
No,
seconds. And
absolutely
then I'm
know.
like, we can do it.
Yep.
Let's make it
Take a
happen.
deep breath. Let's make this
Challenge
happen.
accepted.
Let's go.
And it's not in any way of like a pay or anything else, or like knowing how much work is going to go into it. It's more so that at the end of the day, I know that they're going to have to go over all these hurdles, but they're going to have to live there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my, like, how can I make this all work? And then you're working with another side too. And I think that's my least favorite part of the job, is working with the other side, because you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it's a random. But I mean, for me,
Yeah.
like referring my clients to you guys, I know the standard. Like I know how hard you guys work. I know what you guys put into it. So I'm comfortable with like, fuck yeah, let's go. Team that rocks.
Yeah.
It's easy. But the other side, I don't really have to talk to them much. But there absolutely are some things that I need from them that when they drag their feet and they take 3 or 4 days on, it really drives me nuts. Like, ugh.
So they're like, oh, okay, we got that. That's in right now. And like, what are we waiting? Oh, we're just waiting on that. Or HOAs. I'm sorry, they take forever and a day. I don't know what they're doing in their office, but
That's because they're not in their office. That's really what the problem is.
I've had quite a few of them where I call in and I'm like, well, as PTA, I have to go through and provide my people with all this. It has to be automatic.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we almost to closing and we still don't have it?
We needed this week one.
You're getting paid. Like, where's the disconnect?
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are the things that really get under my nerves, because I know that I do a lot for free. I know that I do a lot more for work stuff, and not everyone has the same work ethic. I know if I'm going to text you and it's a weekend and you're on vacation, you're still going to answer me.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Absolutely. I don't stop working. My phone's never off. So what's your goals, Nick? Or what's your goals for the rest of this year?
I think my goal is to first figure out what I need to do to make sure that I'm more educated. I was just going through for our current one and looking over the VA handbook, and so when that comes in, I know that we've talked a lot about vetted VA, and I know that that's something that Tori's working on, but I really want to have more of that so I can go through and be more educated that way. I already know that when I'm calling any sort of listing agent and we have a VA client, I've already looked everything over, but just making sure that I can present myself better and making sure that I'm talking with more people to let them know it could happen. Right.
So vetted VA is absolutely like, that was my best professional development I've done yet. And I'm like a master's student in my coaching class, which is awesome. Like that's really, for me, it's really great professional development. But vetted VA's testing to get into vetted VA and all the stuff, the whole day I give every 8 days to vetted VA absolutely makes me that much better when I'm talking about anything VA.
Yeah.
Like, and I knew it before, but after the whole grind on it, that I had to prove that I knew it.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in me now. You can't.
And then we'll just ask them questions about what's in the manual, because I was just reading it this morning. But like that's a huge thing too. Is one of the things that I really like about it is that VA loans got such a bad rap for the longest time because they make you think like, oh, their price is going to be really hard, and like, oh, this is going to be really hard. And so going through and understanding that and learning from your classes and learning for everything else for military people, I put in every single one of my offer letters where people, oh, they're putting 0% down. No, they are using the rights that they've earned. They have more than earned them. Mm-hmm. And so for mine, it's not only the people that go through and can't afford a lot of things, it really is the military families, because even how many times do they have to pack up and move? I could not imagine having to pack up all my kids.
It depends on where you're going and what you're doing in your career, but it's usually like every 4 to 5 years, depending on what kind of unit you're in and where you're at. Like,
yeah, and like now you have to move to this new place, and then you have
rearrange your whole life.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's absolutely tough. All right, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. My Candly and my Linktree are both in the description of the video. If you have a comment you want to leave it in the comments. It helps us grow our community. I'll answer everything in the comments. If you have a VA loan, I'm here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out. If you want to watch another video, click here. If you want to subscribe, click here. When you subscribe, please watch, like, share, and comment. It helps us grow our family so we can reach more veterans with the right answers about their VA loans. And I'm Byron Thomas, a veteran and a loan officer from Clear Choice Mortgage with my favorite realtor, Tiffani Rouchaud. I can't wait to see you guys back here